All right, so here's an interesting video. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about a powerful concept that will actually free you. The idea that it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. So we're going to focus on how this relates to personal finance and debt. So why should we take responsibility for things that aren't our fault? We're going to break it down. There will be examples of situations that aren't your fault and what to do. So, reasons why blaming doesn't help you. And by the end of this video, I promise that you will see this in a whole new light and it will be freeing. So hi, I am Eva and I'm the founder of Fierce Rich Money. After 2 years of unemployment, I'm back in debt. So I got out of debt before using my plan and I'm doing it again. So this channel is dedicated to normal, rational ways and practical ways of getting out of debt, not those extreme ways that litter the internet. All right, so let's face it, in life, we end up in situations that we didn't create, and it might be because of other people's actions, this crazy, unpredictable world we live in, or some series of events that no one could have ever predicted. You can't control everything, but we decide how we're going to react to it. So let's start. Fault is about who caused the problem or who's to blame. It's backwards looking and focuses on the past. If someone spills coffee on your laptop, it's their fault because they caused the mess. It's also their fault because they wasted good coffee. So right there, I'm annoyed. Responsibility is about what you choose to do about the situation. It's forward-looking. It focuses on finding solutions. And again, it's not your fault someone spilled coffee on your laptop. It does become your responsibility to figure out how to repair it, how to replace it, what needs to be done. All right, so we're going to go over some things that are not your fault, but now your responsibility. And that's not your fault if your school or your upbringing didn't include financial education. But now you're an adult and it is your responsibility to learn. So what can you do? Start small. Maybe, read a book on personal finance. Find helpful YouTube channels. Take a budgeting course. All right? Stuff you can do. Number 2, unexpected job loss. Maybe you lost your job during a worldwide global shutdown that wasn't your fault, but is your responsibility to manage the fallout. What can you do? Tighten your budget, apply for unemployment benefits, start job hunting, all while sharpening your skills, even if it takes you over 2 years to find a job. And you get in debt, but you got to keep going forward. Number 3, a medical emergency. You can't control unexpected medical bills, but you can take steps to handle them. So what can you do? Negotiate payment plans with the provider, look for financial aid programs, or review your insurance options for the future. And you do know that we are the only country, the U.S. is the only country that has medical debt where people file for bankruptcy. Yeah. All right, number 4, inherited debt or financial obligation. Maybe you have stepped in to support a family member. You didn't create the situation, but now you're in it. So what can you do? Develop a plan to tackle the debt, set boundaries with your finances, support, learn to prioritize your own needs and set those boundaries. All right. Number 5, a partner's financial mistake. If a spouse or partner made some bad financial decisions that affect you, it's not your fault, but it's often your shared responsibility to take care of those problems. So, what can you do? Communicate openly, create a joint plan, and work as a team to rebuild. Number 6, economic factors. Things like inflation, rising interest rates, or tariffs are not your fault, but they still affect your finances. So, what can you do? Adjust your budget, shop smarter, focus on areas where you can save and grow your money. Life can really stink at times and it's not fair, but you are still responsible for what you decide to do next. It's taking ownership of how to improve the financial situation, regardless of how it started. It's empowering because it shifts your victim mindset of, oh, why did this happen to me? Oh, woe was me, to what can I do about it now? You're not stuck blaming the past. Blaming feels great at the time, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't help you, all right? And here's why blaming doesn't help and what to do instead. 1, it drains your energy. When you focus on blaming someone or something, you're giving away your power. And it's like getting a flat tire and yelling at the tire. Like, yelling isn't going to inflate the tire. It would be nice if it did, but it's not. You need to figure out, I'm calling AAA, I'm calling a tow truck, I can put the spare tire on it. You need to figure out what is next. It keeps you stuck. Blame is backwards looking, and it's all about what went wrong and who's at fault. Look, understanding the past is important because those who did not learn from the past or history are condemned to repeat it. So dwelling on it doesn't solve the problem. Responsibility, on the other hand, again, forward-looking, action-oriented. It's what's my next step? What do I need to do? Number 3, it is a confidence killer. Blaming makes you powerless. Like your life is controlled by outside forces, by other people. Taking responsibility flips that script, reminds you that you can make changes and that your actions matter. Remember, we can do hard things. It's okay. We can. We're like smart. Number 4, and the most important thing is that it does not change the outcome. Even if you know who's to blame and that person is standing right in front of you and you have to say to yourself, I'm too pretty for jail, the situation still needs fixing. Blaming doesn't pay down debt. Blaming doesn't save for retirement. Blaming doesn't repair a relationship. It just distracts you from the real work. So, what to do instead? Skip the blame game and get focused on solutions. Own what you can control. Take responsibility for your actions and your actions moving forward. Learn the lesson. Look, mistakes, yours or someone else's, can teach you valuable lessons for in case it happens again. Take action. Even like small steps add up to big progress over time. By leaving blame behind, you will free yourself to grow, take charge, and create a better future. It's not about being perfect. It's about progress, and that's worth celebrating. How taking responsibility empowers you, and you can turn this into a superpower. When we take responsibility, we empower ourselves. You can't change the past, but you can always change the future. So when you say, this is my responsibility, you're giving yourself the power to make things better, to take action, and to grow. Think about it like this. Responsibility means you get to decide your next steps. Sure, you didn't cause the problem, but You get to choose the solution. You get to shape your own life. So, 5 practical steps to take responsibility. We're all about normal practicality on this channel. Right. So, 1, accept reality. Acknowledge that while it may not be fair, this situation is now yours to handle. Number 2, stop the blame game, shifting your focus from why it happened to what can be done about it. Number 3, break it down. Identify small actions you can take, even if the problem feels so overwhelming. Taking those little steps can help you build momentum. Number 4, seek support. Taking responsibility doesn't mean going it alone. Reach out to friends, mentors, professionals who can help you. And again, you know how I feel about having a supportive community, right? Very important. You need your tribe. Number 5, take action and adjust. Taking steps, even if they're small and tiny, and adjust as you go, because you might need to, and learn from each experience. Number 5, let responsibility become your strength. Responsibility can feel very heavy at times, but it can also be your newest, greatest strength. It'll teach you resilience, problem solving, and confidence. You can't change the past, but you can always change the future. And I know I said that already, but it's that important. Every time you take responsibility, you're proving to yourself that you are capable of facing a challenge and shaping your own life. So yeah, it's not your fault, but it's your responsibility. And that's not a burden. Look at it as an opportunity. It's a chance to take control, to choose your own path, to create the life you want and the life you deserve, right? You deserve it. So, what do you think? I would love to hear your thoughts on that. So, please, in the comments, I do appreciate everybody watching. And, if this resonated with you, great. Hit subscribe, like, and all that sort of stuff. And let me know something that you're taking responsibility for in your life that wasn't your fault. All right. So thank you again for watching. If you're here until the end, you're awesome. And I will see you in the next video.